Light of Xeroxis. Starring David Idlebright, Astro Elf 5, Lorth Mongdula, Plasmoid Monk, Syra Ember, Astral Elf Cleric, Ulu, Jiff Ranger, Dungeon Master Rude, Spelljammer,
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi. Been a
Been
while.
so long.
Yo.
Eons ago.
Something happened and then something else happened.
Vague but accurate.
Does he get inspiration for that? No, just kidding.
Oh yeah, been a while. Holiday seasons and all that, so things keep coming up. We can all get together again, so
Yeah.
well, RJ, like usual, you get inspiration for being dressed as Ulu. Josh, I'll give you inspiration too, since you at least have your headband.
Yeah, I'm lazy.
Ooh.
Well, it's your character wears nothing but a headband
I
and
mean,
pants
think
and
you get
gauntlets.
naked and put on some blue paint if you really want.
Bring back the bodysuit.
You could also just tint your screen blue.
Yeah, that too.
That's too much.
Too much.
All right. And Brian, you want to try and recap for us?
Gosh. I know
It has been a while.
We're on a ship and we got attacked by the guy who hired the enemy bros or the higher up in the gang. I can't pronounce his name. It's like Hastings or something like that. With the pitchfork, yes. He jumped on our ship and caused some shit. Yes. Hastings. I can't pronounce. Yeah, you said his name right.
Hastane.
Hastane. Yes, he attacked us. And we throttled his ass and we beat him. And then I think his ship took off before we could do anything. And I'm trying to remember what that's kind of where we left off.
Well, it was a long, hard-fought battle.
Yeah.
Against Hastane, his living ship, which was a creature called an aesthetic, and also some Durgar assassins who snuck on board.
After us causing shit with their owner or with their master, whatever, their head honcho.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they were all invisible, so they left one of their own behind by accident. How are you supposed to keep track of each other when you're invisible?
Good point.
Well, yeah, they were also there. Yeah, it was a long, hard-fought battle against Hastane, and his aesthetic, I believe, nearly killed Starbow, the tree ant on the ship. So,
Yep.
oh yeah,
we're trying to get a crew together to take on a someone who owes money. We're trying to get him paid off.
Well, Crux owes some money back on the Rocket Brawl, so that's why he suggested you all leave soon. But for the most part, you're trying to set up an offensive against the Xeroxan Empire and stop them from destroying, well, for most of you, it's your home planet that's being choked by crystal vines.
Yes.
But yeah. So first he wanted you guys to go to a friend of his called Topola, who could supposedly get you a map to Doomspace, which is where you could start assembling your army against the Xeroxan Empire.
Xeroxan.
Yeah.
We got our fan boat.
So after that long, hard-fought battle against Hastane and company. Unfortunately, his aesthetic deactivated your spell jamming helm, so your ship currently can't travel through space.
Yep, we're stuck.
Stranded. No, lost in space.
In space.
Danger, danger. Well,
Aye, aye, aye.
Aye, Rangers.
well, I was thinking, danger, danger, Will Robinson.
That's in danger, I know, but it's the same robot thing.
Well, what if he was a Power Ranger? I don't know.
Danger, Power Rangers, danger.
Power Ranger Robinson? Danger.
We're getting
All right,
sidetracked.
inspiration for Brian. Or wait, I
Yay!
forget. It's heroic inspiration now. You know,
Woohoo!
not just plain
I'm
old
heroic.
inspiration.
I'm a hero.
Yeah.
That I am not. We're all just doing what we can.
All right. So, yep. You're still probably a little beat up from that fight with Hastane, unless you guys already healed. I don't know. Whatever the case, it was a long, hard fought battle. Fortunately, as it was established last session, your spell jamming helm is currently inoperable. At which point, Commodore Crux just takes out his pipe and starts lighting it. Well, settle in, everyone. We could be here for a while.
Indeed. Now, I suppose there's nothing we can do to speed up the process of fixing the helm at all.
You're welcome to try. I'm not too well versed in the magics of sorts, but way I hear, it's mostly just a matter of time after an aesthetic screws with it like that. Oh, Mr. Flinch, could you make sure we're not attracting anything? Head up to the crow's nest. Oh, aye, Captain. And as a dozy first mate starts scrambling up the ropes and sails to get to the crow's nest. Oh, yeah. Welcome to take a look. Or, you know, just rest up after that hard-fought fight. Whichever the case.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a go. I shall see if myself do.
I'm gonna rest.
I guess I'm gonna roll perception to see what I can see.
All right, on the spell jamming helm.
Yep. 12.
Okay, well, you can see it's yeah, still floating as it was, but definitely kind of low power with how dim it's lit and kind of listing a little. So yeah, it's clearly inoperable, but past that, it's yeah, not clear on what you could do to like jumpstart it or something.
How do I get to my spell? Oh, there it is. Okay, spells. Let me see if I can cast something possibly. Okay, that's really weird. Oh, what the screen? All right, I'm gonna try and cast. Can I do mending?
Yeah, you can try mending on the chair or helm.
Yeah. Let's see. The spell can physically repair a magic item or construct, but can't restore the magic to the object. How big would you say it is? Like how dislocated is it?
Well, it's like more like the flow of magic has been disrupted of sorts, so there's no real visible damage to the chair other than the one armrest that was already a bit busted off, but that was before the fight. Just, you know, wear and tear from Crux. But yeah, there's unfortunately not really clear damage that could be repaired for the helm itself.
All right. Well, I'll at least mend the chair to make it look like it looks new. So
all right.
I did something at least, but that's the extent.
Yep, you cast mending, and the one armrest shaped like a dolphin is now better in position, so the chair is symmetrical again.
Yay!
And dings and scratches along the way also clear up a little, so at least looks a lot better than it did.
Well, my hands are tied at this point. I just wipe and walk away.
Oh, You did good work, at least. Looks better than it's done in years. Lurb, well, you're basically the cabin boy now, so why don't you give that a bit of a shine? Could use a good cleaning after all those years. But okay, like, how? Follow me. I'll show you where this, whatever. Do we have soap? We must have soap somewhere. Follow me. Okay. Lurb glides along behind him.
I'll walk around and try to find the kitchen so I can whip up some Ryback's famous gunpowder chowder.
Always eyes on the prize.
That's right.
Let's see, living ship food. Oh yeah, you've had some time to explore the ship before, so yep, you managed to make your way to the mess hall pretty easily. You also got a good idea of where storage would be in case you need some more supplies, but kitchen's pretty decently stocked. I wouldn't call it fully stocked. Crux wasn't that on the ball on things yet, but you've got a decent supply of food.
All right, crew, who's hungry? I got some gunpowder chowder ready for everybody.
Well, I'll roll to see how well you do on your gunpowder chowder.
What am I rolling?
Good question. Let's see. What would fit?
Performance or something?
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure he's not so great on charisma.
Athletics?
Athletics? Backflips cooking chili?
Put a little flavor on it.
Survival?
Yeah, maybe survival or nature, possibly medicine, depending on how you look at it.
I'll do survival.
You do got to kind of improvise some of your ingredients here and there, since he might not necessarily have all the spices you're looking for.
That's true.
Well,
who knows though? He might be Ulu might be carrying him on him. For all we know.
Well, it takes a bit of ingenuity on your part, so it's decent. It's definitely not your finest gunpowder chowder, but it doesn't taste bad, and I'm sure people will like it. Doesn't quite have that kick that you're used to, though.
It's something.
Step up and try some. Need a roll to stomach it, or?
No, it's decent enough for that.
Not too shabby, Chief. Keep it coming.
All right, there's plenty to go around. Are we taking a long rest or a short rest?
Well, probably a short rest.
Okay.
I go into my trance, so it's like a long rest to me. So.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I want that.
Yeah, we have these things for being an astral that you got to remember.
I don't remember.
Also, Syra, remember you have that magical gemstone orbiting your head that still has a shield spell in it.
Yeah. What?
Something you picked up a while back.
Yeah, that stone. I have it in my equipment. I've never looked at it though.
It can store spells, so it currently has one charge of shield spell in it.
Since I noticed half of my crew is meditating, I'm gonna go over there and fail to cross my legs, so I just kind of like splay him out in front of me and just. Oh.
I'll roll either athletics or acrobatics to see how well you cross your legs.
I have advantage on this one.
Oh my God.
It didn't roll my advantage for me.
Well, I think that was for something particular with
that was worth.
Not for splayed meditation.
Yeah, I have advantage on athletics checks.
Oh, well, I clicked it. It says it allows you to jump further than normal, stay afloat in rough water, or break something, because it's part of your hippo build.
So, your hip?
It didn't matter. On my second die roll, I rolled worse.
Well, I mean, you weren't confident you'd pull it off to begin with, so you're living up to your character's expectations.
Oh shit!
Lord,
Oh yeah.
how do I look? As I'm struggling to keep my balance. How do I look?
I'm gonna try to lie and say he looks great.
I'll roll deception.
If only we could see this, because we're like in a whole different world right now, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look great, Captain.
I don't believe you, but I'll take it.
Well, after a bit of a long rest, you eventually hear Mr. Flinch from the crow's nest call, "Captain, movement off starboard! Can't quite make it out, but it's big!" Oh, you hear the trumping of Commodore Crux making his way up above deck and calling out to Mr. Flinch for details, but clearly there's something coming off starboard.
Can't you see I'm trying to almost fall asleep, but not quite fall asleep?
Go take a look. 18.
All right, you carefully look through the murk of space, and off in the distance, yeah, you can make out something, and as you look closer, you see this.
Bum, 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 bum. What is it?
What is that?
Ooh, those are amazing.
Bum, bum, bum.
You point them out to Commodore Crux as, what are those? And Crux takes a good look alongside you and, Hindori! Ha ha, we're in luck! Space whales! Huh. Phew, a little worried there for a second.
Space whales. I haven't seen those since I was a child. What
Oh,
exactly are they known for?
Oh, Kendori, just call them gentle giants is definitely a good descriptor. Just go through space, no real visible mouth, so you don't have to worry about getting eaten. The nice thing about them. Hell, I've heard people build houses on them back sometimes, and they don't seem to mind as long as you don't piss them off.
Indeed.
Yeah, Kendori, we could, I don't know, crazy idea, but if we could heck lasso one of them, we could just ride along with them for a bit, get the ship moving at least. Shouldn't be that far from Topolus Tower if we can figure out a way to guide one of them.
Indeed. Well, we've never strayed from a challenge before. I'm all in if everyone else is.
How much rope do we have?
I've ever heard.
We can try.
We're first going to have to figure out a way to lure them over here. They're a good 100 feet away or so.
What would you say they like as a meal or something that would cause them to give chase?
Billy's pretty good.
Little gunpowder chowder, anyone?
Well, unfortunately, they don't quite eat the way you'd expect. As I noted, they don't quite have mouths. They just kind of filter through space, and honestly, I'm not sure what they eat. Space dust? Whatever the case, good try. I could understand food being attractive, but actually, they communicate through the flashing of their eye lights. So maybe we can just flash some lights their way. They could mistake us for a Kendori.
Interesting concept. I might have just a thing to try for this. And I guess I will cast dancing lights, and I can predict out to 120 feet. So I'll just cast dancing lights out about maybe 100 feet in front of the ship, blinking off and on.
Well, you can see as you're, keeping a close eye now on these Kendori, they're kind of starting to veer off a little. At least two of them are now starting to curiously tilt their heads at your blinking lights. So you've definitely got their attention.
I kind of try to mimic how they move and stuff with the lights to see if I can yeah, one of you, yeah, come check it out. Ooh.
Well, they're at the very least interested. Hard to say if they're quite sold on your imitation, but they're slowly getting closer. All right, fine job there, David. Let's see, we should have some rope around here. If anything, we can just take some off the masts and scrounge that up. We don't have much use for the sails right now anyway.
I pull
Come
out,
on, everyone, help out.
pull out this piece of parchment. It's called Scroll of Rope Trick.
Ooh.
Rope trick. I believe that just lets the rope stand up straight and makes a temporary shelter or something. If I remember that spell right. Where's the spells? Ah, here we go.
Never heard of it.
Rope trick.
Oh, yeah, I think that is it.
Oh yeah, yep. It just stands up straight and makes an invisible portal to temporary holding space. It's cool, but might not exactly work with a Kindori, which is classified as gargantuan. So yeah, these things are the size of your ship.
Scroll's deceiving. I put it back.
All right. Well, everyone who wants to help gather some rope, roll some athletic checks.
I roll performance of creation, and I create a large pile of rope.
Oh, all right.
Perhaps we should attempt a mating call. Maybe that'll draw them even closer. Lord?
Okay, yes. That's sure
All
why
right.
Blurf is the call for that, but
He's just gonna
Will,
flip Dory.
over here, Will.
Ooh.
well, either roll performance or nature.
Oh. Well.
Well, you're making out what you think are whale sounds, and if anything, they're still slowly making their way to the ship, at least. So you're not hurting things.
I feel like I'm doing something.
Come here, Will. Come here.
Well, Ulu, I see you rolled a 17. So yeah, they're looking more curious and eager now. So they're quite close to the ship now and are just kind of tilting their heads back and forth. Hang on, I should have a different image of a Kindori next to his ship.
I give him the old.
Always works.
Hey, boy.
Oh, actually, I have a couple of images of Kindori. Might as well just toss them both up there. They're pretty cool to see. There we go. Two little images of Kindori near ships.
Aw.
Oh. Cute.
All right, so yep, these two Kindori are now kind of sidling along the side of your ship, just kind of going in a lazy circle around it as they're, rather curious now about what they've stumbled across. Definitely within range of a rope if you want to lasso him, or heck, if you want to go full on bronco busting and hop on board one.
Grab some of the rope, put my foot up on the side of the ship. I've wrangled a few hogs in my day. I'm gonna attempt to lasso one.
All right, it's an improvised ranged weapon, so yeah, roll for a range attack.
I'll give him Bardic Inspiration as well.
Oh, what is that? Just
That was like an additional D8, I believe.
Yep, 1d8.
So roll an attack. Am I just rolling a regular old D20?
Well, you're probably not proficient in improvised weapons, but or let's see, you can add your dexterity bonus to it since it's a ranged weapon.
Okay, so that's D20 plus 4. Is it
Are
20?
there any
Dirty 20.
Okay, yep. You get that big old length of rope and just let it fly away and manage to at least catch a good grasp on the tail of one of these Kindori. And it's a gentle enough tug that it doesn't really seem to mind too much. You do definitely got to start bracing yourself because, you're one relatively small hippo man who just lassoed a whale.
Somebody tie off this rope.
Run over there.
Yeah, come on.
Right. All right, I go help him tie up the end of that rope.
Same.
Yep. Crux is also helping. Oh, he made a good roll for that. Roll athletics if you want to help him.
My incredibly muscular hippo build can only hold him for so long.
No.
Ooh.
Well, all
Dirty
right.
20.
Just
10.
Yep. All right. Definitely a good group effort. So, yep, you managed to get this rope to the front of the ship and tie it off carefully. And sure enough, the Kandori now kind of tugging along. You know, it's a little curious, but at least it's not, flailing around wildly.
Okay, now that we're moving, how do we get the creature to move how we want it to move?
Right. Good point.
Step
I-
1 complete. Now on to step 2.
Oh, hey, as long as you get to step 2.
We were really hoping to have everything work, but yes, that's I guess half full. Good point.
All right. Just so we're clear, no one here speaks to animals or is telepathic.
Mm,
Let me check my repertoire.
I try.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, nat 20.
Okay, you don't get a headache. So
Still think it's working.
you do feel yourself profoundly one with the universe for a while.
Lorf, it's working. You're beginning to
Slow.
believe.
It's like you and the universe are just flowing and one for a brief fleeting moment. It really is just beautiful to experience. But
No nosebleeds.
well, you don't have a nose to begin with, so. All right. Well, barring that, I guess one of us will have to ride that puppy and try to coax it in the right direction. Honestly, it might have to be me. I know the directions, but I'll admit I'm not sure if I'm great for animal handling here.
I
don't have very good animal handling either.
Me either.
I have the spell tongues.
Tongues?
Yeah, the spell grants a creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says.
So you have to touch the whale?
Yeah.
Touch the whale.
Touch the
Yeah,
whale.
Me out
that's
along the
Touch
rope.
the whale. Touch the whale.
Huh. Well, that'll be something. But yeah, that would certainly simplify matters if the Kandori could understand us. Well, Miss Ember, if you're up for it, let's hop on a whale.
Okay. Cool. How?
Well, simple. And he just starts. You see Crux take a running leap as he just makes it. And okay, well, he trips and sails towards the side of the ship. And okay, so that's how you don't do it. And he's kind of pinwheeling a little through the gravity plane. And let's see.
He's not going to fly off the ship, is he?
Well, he did fly off the ship, but he's now at least flying towards the whale, which is in front of them.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I extend
Could
a
somebody wrap a
pseudopod.
rope around my waist or something?
all right, you see him flail around quite a bit, but he eventually manages to get latched onto that Kandori. Okay, hey, it's that simple.
Aha!
Or I'm clapping off the side.
Toto chimes in with a simple.
Siri,
What if we throw him rope?
You have Astro Step. You know this, right?
Yeah, but how far away are those things? I don't think it goes that far.
What if we have Toto bite you right on the nape of your neck and just fly you over there?
I'm not a baby kitten.
And Toto's like tiny. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the carrying capacity.
Oh, up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. So how far away are these things? Like 100 feet?
Well, no, not 100 feet. It's yeah, say at least 30 feet at most. You didn't exactly have 100 feet of rope to span the distance, so
Yeah,
you'd
it was
have
right
to.
next to us when we threw it on there, so we could tie
Okay,
it off
I'm
wherever we
just
wanted to.
gonna ask Starlight step over there.
All right. Yep.
That one.
You land near the tail fin, which at least moves lazily enough that you're not getting flung away. It's just a little
Ooh.
unsteady, but you land well, so you're there. And Crux just kind of eyes you. Huh. Well, that does. You Astrals are just simplifying everything about this. I mean, it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong there. Just, wow. All right.
Okay. I have to find my tongue spell again. Tongues. Okay, that is a 3rd level spell. Oof. I will cast tongues.
All right.
I don't.
So you make your way towards the head of the Kindori with Crux, and you said you have to just touch the
Yeah, you have to
creature.
touch. I'm gonna pet.
Okay.
The touch.
Up you pet this gargantuan Kindori below you and cast tongues and oh all right. Pardon me, good fellow. We're just kind of riding along your back. Maybe lift a flipper if you can understand me. Very enormous, lazy lift of a flipper. Could you do it again, just so I know I'm not crazy? Little slower lift of the flipper. Oh,
Feel
all
free to
right.
flip him off.
The door starts turning. Oh no, she didn't mean that like that. Please stay upright. Okay, we do have that gravity plate. So, but please don't flip. All right. Mm, Just kind of stabilize a little. Anyway, good fellow. If you might not have noticed, but we're kind of hitching a ride on you. Slow turn of the head. I
Wait.
hope you don't mind. Oh, big old, pretty much our mountain range shrugs underneath you. Well, we just kind of need to get somewhere. So if you could, just do us a favor and let's see, uh, head in that direction. You know, you'd be really helping us out. As long as it's not too much trouble. Another big old shrug, and it does start heading in the direction that Crux pointed. Ha ha! What I tell you, gentle giants, these lot. Thank you kindly, my good fellow. Another big old avalanche shrug. Oh wow! We should charge people for something like that. That's kind of fun.
I am Starlight stepping back onto the ship.
Yeah.
Know that.
Oh, I was kind of going to ask how long that spell lasts, but okay.
It lasts till it lasts.
It lasts till it lasts. At one point, it will end.
1 hour.
All right, then. Well, anyone who wants to see if they can hear Crux while he's still on the whale, roll perception.
I just like seeing my new dice go.
F.
Ooh,
Same.
I heard it.
Oh,
Nine.
oh yeah, you hear Crux mutter, "Oh, I kind of want to know how long that spell lasted." Well, while I have you, my good fellow, let me tell you, I have some interesting stories to share. And
Oh,
Crux just
no.
kind of kneels down and, if you don't mind me whiling away the hours, just lift another fin. Well, and very slowly you see another fin go up. And, all right, good on you. And so let me tell you about the time. And he starts launching into long-winded old war stories of sorts.
That poor whale.
For all you know, this is the most excitement this whale has had.
Ulu is also enthralled by the tales.
Well, Mr. Flinch has made his way down from the crow's nest and notes that, well, at this speed, we should take us a while to get to Topolos Tower. Uh, hmm, probably at least more than a day or so, I'd say. Hope that whale stays in a good mood. How long does its tongue spell last?
An hour.
Well, as long as Crux doesn't find out, he'll just keep talking. So,
That's
been a while since been able to share his stories. Yep. So, well, now you have more than enough time for a long rest.
Good.
I'll take it.
heck yes.
Yeah. Yep. It's a bit of a lazy drifting through space, being towed behind this Kandori. Definitely nowhere near the speeds that a spell-jammering ship would go, with the helm fully operational. But you try occasionally to see if it's made any changes to itself, but fortunately, it's still pretty inoperable. But you've been having a pretty calm way of it so far. And yes, Crux is still rambling on and on about his stories, even though it's been well past an hour now, so you're pretty sure that whale no longer understands him. But, not that Crux knows that.
No.
He's even come back for lunch occasionally. So it's been an interesting view to see him make his way back and forth.
I can just picture him just like spiraling into the air, kind of screaming until it lands on there. It's like, okay, now where were we? Oh yes, the time I did this and this. Yes, yes, yes.
Yep. It's definitely been a while. Good 60 or so hours, I'd say. Yeah. But
Wow.
eventually you do. Yeah, it's a pretty lazy trip, but more than enough time for your long rests and whatever else you felt like doing. Heck, you could probably make a nice painting of Kandori at this point, if anyone was artistically inclined that way.
Um,
What are we using? Finger paints?
Go all what's that movie, Rocket Man, where he paints the Sistine Chapel in food paste.
oh my gosh, yes, with a monkey.
Favorite pastime.
Yep, if you go to maps, you can see what looks like this tower they were talking about, Topolos Tower, or Topolos Tower. Yeah, that's how I think it's pronounced.
It's all crooked.
Yep. Hey, that's the description. A
It's all
crooked tower
crooked.
perches atop a small asteroid surrounded by a cloud of twinkling cosmic dust. Oh, and you can hear Crux call back from the Kandori, and now it's that's Topolis Tower. We're almost there. All right, thank you, my good fellow. Pats the Kandori one last time and makes his way back to the ship. It's again a bit of an impressive ordeal that he's now made regularly, but he eventually is able to make his way back. You can see him kind of eye the tower in the distance and the rather decrepit-looking wooden pier that juts from one side of it. And Mr. Flinch, ready to jolly boat. Oh, and could someone get that Kandori unhitched? We don't want to pass our mark. Oh, right, that was a magically summoned rope. How long
Yes,
did
it
that
was.
last?
Let's just say that I've been in and out of short rest to keep that rope going. So
Fair.
Oh yeah.
It only lasts for 3 hours.
Oh,
Oh wow.
So short rest.
Well, you could have also, scrounged up some rope from the ship to replace it in the meantime. So,
Oh yeah. No stress. Yeah, I can take it off whenever. So yeah, I
all
just
right.
snap my finger and the rope's gone.
All right. Well, with that, your ship kind of starts drip coasting a little slower as the Kandori just keeps on going its merry way. Well, it was barely anything as far as effort went from the looks of it. So, you know, nice friendly space whale.
I wave it off and thank it again for its
Thank
helping us get
you.
where we need to go. That's much appreciated and fare thee well, gentle giant. Even though he can't understand me.
Well, but yeah. So, Mr. Flinch is lowering a so-called jolly boat from below the ship. So, rowboat, but floats through space. All right. Well, we'll have to use Big Bluster to get over to that dock. I don't quite like our chances of coasting our ship in close enough without demolishing that pier. But just a little bit of rowing and we'll be fine in the jolly boat. Who wants to come along?
I
I?
I as well.
Can we all fit in there?
Oh yeah, plenty of room.
Okay.
Well then, let's shove off.
All right, Mr. Flinch, keep an eye on the ship, and Lurb, keep swabbing the deck. Oh, right, because I was still doing that. Like, yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah, swabbing. That thing that I was doing. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
doing great. I
Yes,
believe in
yeah.
you.
Oh, yep. So the gravity planes of the little asteroid and the ship managed to kind of align a little. So the or Big Bluster is just kind of bobbing around in there as it's lowered with a winch from the second wind. And yep, you all managed to make your way aboard. Let's see, and well, as you start rowing your way to the dock, when with Crux just standing at the head of it, kind of pointing ahead as if it's necessary.
And kind of sulk a little bit. Should have been me. It's my spot.
So yeah, as you make your way to the dock, scores of pelicans, mollymawks, and smaller birds nest on the asteroid, and they squawk as you approach this rickety-looking dock. At the end of the dock, there are two gray shark-like figures fighting over the remains of a pelican. A woman with frayed robes and bare feet sits in a rocking chair at the base of the tower watching the fracas. Her face is half hidden by a wide-brimmed hat that has a blue jay perched on it. She then leaps to her feet and brandishes a staff while snarling, "Don't get!" and fires a fiery ray from her fingertips that frightens away the shark-like creatures. Let's see.
More fire.
Different.
Possible
Right.
crew member?
I like her.
And you hold your lighter up.
All right.
Yes, let's burn.
Oh, there we have a top view of the tower as you guys have made dock. Actually, hang on. Let me.
I don't see anything.
Sorry.
You don't?
No, I just see
No.
the ships and the whale from before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's in the maps.
Oh, in the
D&D
maps.
map. Yeah.
Oh, like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
The maps.
Sorry. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Should have
Gotcha.
clarified.
Eh, 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 eh.
No, she was
Oh,
here.
Tupola. Apola.
Yep. So
Tupola.
you make your way up, and Crux calls out, "Topola! Hello! Oh, is who? Company? Oh, I so love company. Oh, Crux! Oh, it's been ages since you stopped by. Oh, I'm wonderful, wonderful. What brings you by? What brings you by?" And let's see, where do I have Topola? There we go. Topola.
A lot of birds.
Yeah, she likes birds. In case it wasn't clear.
I wish
I
they
like her
knew.
cloak.
If my
Oh,
real life was not.
Trux! Oh, so lovely to see you again. Oh, you're friends. Trux, you have friends. Oh, how lovely. Trux looks a little put out at that. Yes, Topola, I've made some friends. Oh, right. These are some adventurers I met, the Star Lancers. I haven't known them long, but they've definitely done me a solid or two, and so I'm looking to do them the same. Let me give some brief introductions. David, Ulu, Syra, and Lorf. Oh, and what was the little floating ball thing's name again?
Oh,
That would be Toto,
Oh, yes,
our
Toto.
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 our faithful mascot and companion.
Right, right. Forgive me. Uh,
No.
he doesn't speak up much for himself, so speak up.
Hmm.
I stand corrected. But yes, Topola. Anyway, I'm in need of another star map. We have a bit of business to deal with in Doom space, unfortunately. So I require a map from there. Well, hang on. It's been so long since I've had company. Come on, let me give you a tour. Come on. I gotta give him a tour. I hardly get anyone stopping by.
Well,
But
then,
Topola, no,
of
no, I
course,
won't
we
take
have to
no
take
for
a
an
tour.
answer. Come now, come now, come now. Follow me. Mind the birds.
Well, all right, let's come now. Let's just keep walking.
All right. Let me just get there. Well, make your way into the first floor of this tower. And 4 ring-shaped garden terraces line the walls of this cylindrical chamber. The gardens are vertically spaced every 10 feet and brimming with luscious fruits, vegetables, and golden wheat. 4 mechanical gnomes wearing harnesses tend to the plants. And the harnesses are attached to ropes that loop around pulleys affixed to the ceiling, enabling the gnomes to hoist themselves into the air and move from one plot to another. Most of my sustenance comes from these gardens, says Topola. I get regular deliveries of fresh soil from Dawa merchants, and they get homegrown food and birds' eggs in return. Now, that's a good system. Here are some of my autognomes. That's Orwick 1, Orwick 3, Orwick 6, and Orwick 8. I got them from a nice gnome fellow named Orwick.
What happened to 2, 4, 5, and 7?
There's Topola. Oh, they're around. I've got more tower to show you.
I'd love to see it.
Yep, you have several auto gnomes, relatively identical looking, with rather impressive metal mustache on each of them. Yeah, I think Ulrich was a little vain. They all look like him.
I
They do
can
good work,
see that.
though. Not the most personality, unfortunately, for auto gnomes. Isn't that right, Ulrich? All 4 kind of look and. Yeah, gets a little lonely with them. But they do good work, like I said.
That's what's important. Do you get many visitors at all here then? Are you alone all the time?
Well, I do set out myself occasionally, and there's the birds, but again, not much for conversation. But then there's also people like Crux who stop by for the occasional star map. I got a lot of those lying around. I got a nice telescope up on the top floor. I'll show you that later. There's an order to this tour. But
By all means, please continue.
like I said, the Dawa merchants stop by occasionally. We do some trade. Sometimes they have interesting knickknacks. I've been to the Rock of Brawl a few times. That's where I got the telescope. And get myself some reading material or some new spell books and all sorts of things. You know, it, I like my privacy, but I also like some company sometimes.
That's an important balance. One craves companionship while at the same time needing isolation for their things and mapping and so on and so forth. I understand completely. Yes, of
Yes.
course.
All right. Well, then she starts guiding you back up to the second floor. See, where did I put her? No, there's Topola. Hey, I want to grab her, not move the map.
Hey, now, you
Complex.
gotta ask permission first. Consent.
Hey, Topola, can I move you? Oh, sure, I don't mind. There we go. We're all good.
Good. See, important.
Well, this floor houses a modest kitchen where 2 more of these mechanical gnomes are preparing dinner. Furnishings include an unmade bed, a wardrobe topped with birds' nests, and a bookshelf packed with astrological texts and more birds' nests. So here are my living quarters, says Topola, where I read my books and take my meals. And my auto gnomes have no shortage of recipes. Ooh, today's repast is a deep-fried night scaver steak with a lunar bacamale. Quite lovely.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, and there we have Orwick 2 and Orwick 4. Hi, Orwick. Again, the kind of synchronized salute.
Ulu, maybe you should share your gunpowder chowder with these auto gnomes at some point.
Gunpowder.
I hope that's a recipe for food, not gunpowder. I don't quite like that in my kitchen.
Perhaps I'll trade you recipes. You know, you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Orwick 2, would that be all right with you? You show him how to well, prepare that deep fried night scaver steak, and perhaps you can learn about this gunpowder chowder. Mhm.
Salute him as well.
All right. Sounds like he's on board for it. Thank you kindly, Mr. Ulu.
No problem.
Look at that.
Well, I guess Ulu's hanging back for that.
Yep. Time to add another meal to the repertoire.
Fair.
It's always good to change things up once in a while.
Up. All right, and then up to the 3rd floor. Well, on here too, mechanical gnomes are using rags to polish a 10-foot long copper telescope in the center of this chamber. Dozens of star maps lie atop tables that are also littered with sketches of planets and otherworldly landscapes. And here's my observatory, remarks Topala proudly. I acquired my autognomes, as I said, from the same fellow who sold me this telescope. Well, and it allows me to look through all the systems and see all the worlds in the system and gaze at the stars in other systems as well. Really quite fascinating. She then walks across the room and touches a wall, whereupon a tall opening appears in front of the telescope. Would you all care to have a look? I saw something really interesting recently.
Why,
Oh, and
yes, of
this is
course.
Orwick 5 and Orwick 7.
The gang is all here, all accounted for. See?
Indeed. Well, except for the original Orwick, but he's back on the Rock of Brawl.
Ugh.
I guess he'd be Orwick 0? No, he probably wouldn't like that.
Knowing Orwick, I could see him not liking it. Original Orwick, I think he would suffice.
Anyone
All
want
right,
to take a look through the
I look
telescope?
through the telescope.
I think we all want to look through the telescope.
Well, we can't all go at once, can we?
We could
No,
take
it's not that
turns.
kind.
I
Yeah,
can see
lots
us
take
shoving
turns.
and pushing and being like, I'm first.
You want to
It was-
roll initiative to see who goes first?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, why
Oh my
not?
goodness.
Why not? Not me. I
No.
rolled that one.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 16.
All right, Syra, you managed to
She
kind of
wanted it more.
bump them aside, just remark, ladies first, and take a look through the telescope.
A hard elbow to the face, probably. Ladies first.
Yay,
Well,
telescope.
yep, you look through it, and well, interestingly enough, you see your home planet. Now looking thoroughly engulfed in crystalline vines that are just forming the whole planet. It's admittedly an interesting sight, but not that fascinating when you realize that's your own planet.
Hey, I'm just going to step back and look very upset.
Oh, not to your liking? I thought it was really quite fascinating to see. You don't really see a planet surrounded by crystals like that.
Especially when it's your home planet.
Oh, well, it's a lovely planet.
Yay.
Crux kind of
Anybody
leads.
else want to look?
The
Well, yes, of
crystals are
course.
a recent development, and they're not good news.
Oh,
Oh. So anyway, what brings you to my tower?
The very thing you actually just mentioned, to be honest. We currently have a planet which we reside, most of us reside on, and we currently enjoy. But unfortunately, crystal roots have taken place, and we're finding out now that they're actually caused by the Empire that kind of holds a lot of areas in check. And we would very much like to arise an army to take out this Empire to at least cease the attack on the planet.
Oh, Crux, your friends certainly don't lack for ambition.
Indeed.
Well, all right then. How can I help? I'm not quite sure how I can help assemble an army. And Crux just notes, well, yes, but you see, we need a map of Doom Space. I'm quite certain I can find some people there who can help me get this army assembled. Oh, Doom Space. Yeah, I'm sorry. I actually don't have one of Doom Space. That's well, it's kind of in the name. Not a lot of people want to go there for good reason. However, I do have a wild space orrery with me. That should help you find your own way through the astral sea to Doom Space. I'll tell you what, I want to exchange it if you could help me deal with a little problem I've had in the area. There's this void scaver that's been prowling around my tower. I call her Big Mama on account of she's enormous. Well, I'm surprised you didn't come across her on your way in, but then she can be hard to see, being a void scaver and all. Just inky blackness except for that single red eye. But anyway, I'll give you my wild space Ori if you can slay Big Mama for me. Well, Crux notes that it's not a bad deal. It would get them to Doom Space, even if it's a bit of a detour, but he's seems confident in your abilities to kill things. I mean, I'd make that deal easily, Topola. You've done right by me. I'm just not going to presume to speak for the rest of you all.
I do have a new spell I want to try out.
I see
Okay.
no help in. I see no harm.
No help and harm.
I see no help and harm. No, I see no harm in helping this fair lady and helping her and preserving this tower and so on and so forth. I definitely throw my hat into the ring to take this creature out for you, man.
All right, lovely. Tell you what, I'll pay you up front. And, she goes to her observatory and eventually reaches on top of a shelf and plucks off, well, an interesting little bauble that you presume to be the wild space orrery. It's let's see, kind of like one of those mechanical star system looking gizmos, with all the rings and circles kind of fluctuating inside
Yeah.
each other. Fortunately, no cool image for that. I should have tried to find a replacement, but it's a cool looking little gizmo. But yep, inside a wild space system, this portable arcane device automatically tracks the positions and movements of all suns, planets, moons, and comets within that system, projecting a display of all these bodies in the space above its current location. In that display, a white pulsating pinprick of light marks the orrery's location. So, yep, Crux graciously takes it from her and, quick adjustment. And sure enough, you can currently make out your own wild space system now. It's a little pinprick of yourselves. And, well, if you look carefully, you're pretty certain you can see the Rock of Brawl somewhere. And even a bit on the edge, you can find your own planet. So, yeah, real deal for sure.
Cool device.
Quite indeed. Very elaborate.
No.
Very beautiful.
Oh yeah. So unfortunately, it only works in a wild space system. So to get to another system, you'll first have to enter the astral sea, which will take you wherever you want to go. Due to the nature of the astral sea. But then once you reach your destination, you can use the ore to get your bearings. Well,
Sounds
thank
fair.
you kindly, Topola. You're putting a lot of trust in us, paying us up front, so to speak. Well, you've done right by me, Crux, and if they've done right by you, then hey, quid pro quo. Or is it quid? Yeah, quid pro something.
May I ask now, how long have you been at this tower? Have you left it recently at all?
Oh, let's see. Well, I used to go gallivanting a lot more with an old boyfriend of mine, but that didn't quite work out. Oh yes, I
What a
suppose
shame.
I've been a little isolated more often than not.
Well, I
But
dare say you should join us. The more the merrier. And with your map making skills and so on and so forth, you'd be great help in strategizing.
I don't know. I mean, I've got my birds and all that. I suppose the Orwicks could handle things for a bit, but hmm.
You would
Well,
be a great help.
uh, well, roll for persuasion. Yeah, it's a moot point probably, but I gotta try here.
22. And I could roll twice because I do have advantage on that. You know what? Let's roll
Well,
twice.
you've already beaten it, so.
Nat 20.
Hmm.
So that's 31.
Well, how do you want to sweep her off her feet practically? I mean, you're probably not flirting quite just yet, but
So literally, like,
I put my hand on her shoulder. I'm like, ma'am, a star like yourself should not be kept in a cage. You should be out among the other stars, shining brightly for all to see, guiding those along the way.
oh, well now. Oh, aren't you a charmer? Well,
That's why I'm a bard.
well, I suppose you do raise a good point. It has been a while since I've stretched my legs. Hmm. Well, let me just make sure I've got some orders for the Orwicks to take care of things, and I'll meet you on the when we head out the tower. All right?
Very
Definitely
well. I
sounds
look
like
forward to seeing you on the
oh,
ship.
all right then. Well, so yep, she starts giving some orders to the two Orwicks currently in this room, and well, you guys have the way of the tower currently, so while she's getting things settled up, explore, leave, ransack, and loot while she's not looking.
wait, what was that last one?
Well, it's a standard for most D&D parties. I think
Oh,
you
you mean
guys are
every
doing.
room we enter, we look and check to make sure there's anything we can take and steal. It's not bolted down. Yeah.
That's a common thing in D&D, but I
I
think you
roll a
guys have been a
perception for
little
that,
more on the
or
moral side.
well, as of late, like we haven't really stopped anywhere we really wanted to steal anything.
That's fair.
We're looking the telescope.
Okay. Yep. You look in the telescope and you can make out the planet you were calling home not so long ago. And again, just completely engulfed in these crystalline vines.
Look anywhere else? Can I move it around?
Well, you start looking to adjust them, but one of the Orwick kind of slaps your appendage away. Oh, we accept guests. Well, if you do want to adjust it, just request one of the Orwicks to do it. It's a very sensitive device, but no slapping
Understood.
guests now, Orwick.
I rolled an 18 for perception to walk around and look for anything like that's kind of small and like doesn't seem to be worth a lot.
Didn't you already steal her heart? You got to steal more things.
When you're as good as I am, Ulu, you take what you can.
Well, you're on the third floor still?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking around as I'm heading down.
Okay,
As
well,
she's doing her, I'm just kind of like walking. It's like, kind of humming to myself.
well, on the third floor, it's pretty clear that there's a lot of star maps lying around, various wild space systems. None depict something that's clearly, say, doom space. So, she was not lying about that part, but plenty of star maps if that interests you, but hard to
Nope.
say which ones would be useful. So you said you were making your way down. So on the
Oh, any
second
of like
floor.
the Zarxian Empire at all or anything? I don't know. I know I pronounced the name wrong.
Oh, Xerox's
Xeroxes?
space is what they
Xerox's.
like to call it.
Xeroxes.
Yes, Xerox's.
That's how I pronounce it anyway. But no, nothing that stands out to you as being Xerox's space.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess Syra is playing with some birds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cyrus playing with the birds.
And fire.
Uh,
Is this
I
cool?
don't think Topola would appreciate that around her birds.
I might end up burning them all to death anyways when we fight this thing, but fine.
No. All right. I'll go to the next floor then and see if I can scope out.
Yep, you make your way back down to the second floor where Ulu is, trading recipes with one of the Orwicks. Looks like he's starting to about wrap up. Ulu's got a bit of a steak going, and the Orwick is stirring up what's starting to definitely smell like gunpowder chowder.
Kind of like turn to the side. Don't look. Don't look. It's a surprise.
Oh, my bad. I rolled 15 on perception to look around the room. Just not where he is, but like anything, like I said, that's kind of loose and just kind of hanging out, like the small little things I can pocket. Not like to steal,
Well,
but for other various
you
reasons.
do note there's a nice wardrobe next to her unmade bed, so could be some interesting items in there, possibly.
I don't want to go through her belongings.
Fair.
That's too personal.
I'm
Not
a
a
man
whole-
of honor
no.
to an extent. Like I'm a scoundrel, but I'm a lovable scoundrel.
Past that, there's some old plates and things of food she's eaten but hasn't cleared away yet, and some spots where, yeah, there are birds' nests and bird droppings that probably should be cleaned more often.
Ugh,
And some birds. But
of course.
Still-
Okay.
actually, let me upload a quick picture of one of those interesting looking things.
The birds?
Space Molly Mock.
Oh, that's cool looking.
It's at least one of the birds that you'd see around.
I'd say terrifying, but okay.
Looks like some of the birds from my home planet. Call them seagulls.
Seagulls.
Oh yes,
you
I've
have one
heard of
named
these
Steven?
seagulls.
My old bird pet, Steven, the seagull.
Well, and I take it you then made your way to the first floor there, David?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, you see that nice garden with plenty of good-looking fruits and vegetables and wheat, and the four gnomes going around with their harnesses, just tending to everything. So, unless you're looking to steal some produce, there's, again, not a
Nope.
whole lot of interest.
I'm just gonna
Alright.
walk out then and look for like small rocks in the ground.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Pebble, 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 pebble. I need myself a pebble. La 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 la.
Trying to
Did
sneak
you
a
roll
peek
for
at what.
that, or just...
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for perception for pebbles.
Okay.
6. Can I look
Uh,
again? I really need some pebbles.
Go for it. You've got
Yay.
time.
Yay, there we go, 17.
Okay, yep, you find a nice assortment of pebbles. Let's see. All right, you find at least 7 pebbles that seem like a decent size for what you're looking for.
Ooh. How many did you say? 7?
Yep, 7.
I'm gonna pick up at least 3 of them. And I'm going to whisper some things into 3 of them.
You're my favorite pebble. I don't care what anyone else says.
Don't talk to the other ones, they don't understand. Just jealous. No, I'm gonna cast Glyph of Warding on 3 of them.
Ooh, pricey.
I know. And I think I'm going to make the damage. We'll try a variety because I really don't know what this creature is going to be weak to or not. So we'll do 1 acid, we'll do 1 fire, and then we'll do 1 explosive.
Okay.
All right, and I say a magic word that is needed to be said in order for them to go off, and I stick them in my pocket.
Okie doke. Well, everyone else is more or less wrapped up with whatever they were trying to do in Topola's Tower, then you can start making your way out.
We come out with both arms, like plates out, like a waiter or a waitress would be, with a bunch of plates of food. Who's hungry?
All right, roll a quick survival check just to see how well you cook that steak.
No problem.
Survey says
14.
All right. You know what? Roll with advantage since you had Orwick there guiding you along for your first steak. Let's see if you really knock this out of the park.
23.
Oh yeah,
Bam!
this is a void scaver steak of perfection. This, yeah,
I can smell
with
that
a bit
shit
of
from down here.
guidance from Orwick, you just really know you nailed this steak. You'd be happy to even come half as close to making a steak as good as this.
Standing right now.
As soon as Ulu's coming out with these steaks for you guys, you could feel your mouth just watering.
Standing
Syra,
right
you
on
have
the
to look
plate.
out for Toto not dripping drool all over you as he's floating around you.
I'm gonna share. Hold on.
Share.
Standing with my hands on my hips, just basking in everybody's enjoyment of my food. Yes, it is pretty great, isn't it?
Even Topola is like, oh, wow. I think Orwick might have to take some lessons from you now. Well, you decide to all have a nice picnic lunch before you set back on.
Are you going to start putting this in your gunpowder chili too? Amazing.
We'll see.
What are you gonna use it as gravy over the steak?
Pot. No. Wait a minute, a surprise, Syra. I'm gonna surprise everybody with this.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
I was looking forward to that surprise.
It's okay.
No, it's not going to taste as good. I give off a wink, like, ha ha ha. Just kidding.
All right, so you all hop into the jolly boat along with Topola now as well, who's all set and ready and reassures you that, she's given some detailed instructions to the Orwicks to help maintain her tower, so no issue there.
Okay,
you
now
start. Oh, yeah, sorry.
how long will it take to get to the creature we have to take out?
Well, first sorry, hang on. Okay. Well, first you'd have to find her. So
Okay.
probably a good bet to see if the ship's back in working order at least. Maybe you could track it down there.
Awesome. I'm going to take a short rest then.
All right.
I finish the meal and I go sit down in a corner somewhere on the ship and I go into a trance.
All right. Well, as you're making your way through the little distance, well, it's a good 100 feet or so between the dock and the ship, but as you're rowing along, everyone make a perception check.
17.
5.
9.
14. Sorry, my dog's upstairs. Reserve right now.
All right. Well, as the jolly boat approaches the second wind, an enormous jet black behemoth glides out of the darkness in cosmic dust. Its red eye glowing brightly, and its jaws open wide. Long, stringy strands of saliva break off into weightless globs as the ravenous monster descends from above. Big Mama found you.
Oh
Hang on.
boy, that's
There's-
Big Mama, huh?
Well, hang on. There's a more indicative image, but there we go.
Oh boy.
Big Mama.
Say Big Mama.
Yep, and also on the map now.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Big Mama's big.
that kind of looks like Ulu on the right hand side.
Only much
Yeah,
more scared
kinda
than Will
does.
would be.
Yeah, honestly, I think that Jolly Boat's a little small in the picture compared to what it's described as, but
Yeah.
you've got a general understanding of the scale here, and it doesn't go in your favor. Might have needed a bigger boat.
Yes.
Dang,
Boy.
I can't use the fellow one to use.
Let's see.
Can't do any
That
flourishing
sounds
tumbles in this boat.
next time.
All right. Well, roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Here.
21.
5.
Yeah, but
12.
team single digits.
Yeah.
Okay. David, you had 21.
Yep.
Blorf had 5. Oop, hang on. Syra had 12. Oh, that's right. And Ulu had 7. Yep, they updated the combat encounter in the maps again, so now I can
Mhm.
actually alter HP and also look up stat blocks for characters. So that's an interesting addition.
Nice. That's great for DMing. Good to know.
All right. Unfortunately, Big Mama has you all surprised when she sneaks up. So she makes her first turn. Let's see.
Assumes you all at the end.
It's possible. Yep, she comes swooping in.
Good.
And let's see. Who looks like an appetizing target? Well, it really shouldn't be a surprise that Ulu smells delicious after all the cooking he's done.
Longest one of us all.
So let's see. Oh, huh. Hang on. Where's your A? Yeah, now I gotta make sure I can find your AC. Ulu.
35.
All right. Well, or wait, hang on. How did surprise work again?
It's at least in the triple digits. I remember that.
I know, right?
He's got
Wait,
enough.
why is it showing me first? It's weird. Okay.
Oh, did it?
Unless it's not
Hang on.
right. Because I'm seeing me, Toto.
Your
Big
initiative
Mama,
says
Crux.
21.
Yeah. And I rolled higher than me. I don't know. That's weird then. Okay.
No, Big Mama rolled lower, but she has surprise on you guys.
Surprise.
So,
Oh, gotcha.
so for
That
the
makes sense
first
then.
round, you can't react. So,
Yep. It makes sense.
but yeah, Ulu, you managed to duck down because you thought you saw a leftover piece of night scaver steak, and Big Mama just swoops right past you
What's that?
as,
Guys
as
hear
you
something?
get up and wonder if you felt the breeze just now.
Did y'all hear something?
Captain, you're so graceful.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Big Mama swoops by and yeah, missed a big tasty target. All right. Yep. So David, you're up first against Big Mama.
Okay. I'm going to cast Mage Hand. It's a 0, it's a cantrip. I'm gonna have it grab the rocks in my pocket. And I'm gonna have it try to get up as close as it can to Big Mama. And I think the Mage Hand can move up to 30 feet.
30 feet. So, yep, she's within range.
All right. I get it right up by its face and I yell bang. and it sets off all 3 glyphs of warding.
Hooey. Okay. Is there
As
any
I do this,
kind?
I point. I go bang.
Is there any kind of save to that, or just damage?
That's actually a good question because I made 3 different ones. So, I believe they were. Where is it at? My list of warding. Okay, I have acid. I have explosive.
Fire.
And fire, right? Yeah. Okay. Is there any spell save for it? That's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, for all 3?
Yep.
Okay. All right, for the first one, 23. Is this actually
It's
rolling?
half damage if you roll successful, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
The DC save is 16, just so you know.
Yeah, just it was odd because I rolled 23 twice in a row, but
What?
no. Yeah, I was wondering if the roll was doing anything wrong, but the third roll was a fail, so okay, succeeds on the first 2 and fails the third one. So
All right, so let's go through the damage then. Here's the first one. 31, but half that, so that's I guess 15 or 16. I mean, how you feel.
We'll go 16.
Okay, 16. Second one, 20, so that's 10. And then the third one is 19.
Oh.
All right. Oh, yep, with your simple utterance of bang, just 3 thunderous explosions go off right in Big Mama's face, and yeah, it's does some damage. You some nice chunks of facial meat go flying, but yeah, she just looks more pissed off now.
Well, that was my effort. As a bonus action, I am going to I guess I will do some. Oh, I have speak with animals. Derp. Anyway, my bad. Can't believe I didn't notice that. What do I have as a bonus action? Oh, I'll who's next in line? Oh wow, you guys are near the end. I guess I will give my my inspiration to Syra. Bardic inspiration.
Yay. I'll have to scroll up and remember what that's. I'm going. I know
All right. Well, up next is Toto.
Get it.
Yep. So, oh, it actually has the option to roll them on here. All right. All right. So he's going to fire off his fear ray and his dazing ray. Let's see.
Big Mama gonna fear Toto?
It'd be
That'd
impressive.
be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, let me just find. Come on, load. There we go. So, yeah, oops. All these tabs. There we are. All right. So, fear ray, wisdom saving throw. Okay. Okay. Big Mama failed that.
Wow.
Fear the Toto.
She is now terrified of little bitty Toto compared to Big Mama.
That's right. I'll fear Toto.
Clearly. All right. And then, actually, would Charmed then overwrite it? Well, let's see if she succeeds on the Charmed roll. That's another wisdom saving throw. Okay, she succeeds against that. So she's too terrified to be charmed. As you know,
Man, I'm used
the
to
3
that.
explosions going off in her face were just nothing to her, but now she's absolutely terrified of little Toto.
Playing the mental games with her.
All
Yeah,
right.
what we want.
Let's see. And frightened. That was. Where's. Oh, frightened. Okay. Can't move closer and disadvantage on ability and attack rolls. Ah, gotcha. So yeah, she's not getting closer for a bite. That's for sure. Let's see. Well, with that, she is instead going to cast a Ray of Fear. And, well, she's going to try to shoot that back at Toto. Quid pro quo.
Little Toto.
Nope. Unfortunately, Toto is now terrified.
Oh. They fear each other?
Yep. She's terrified of Toto, and Toto is terrified of her for the next turn.
This sounds like any animal meeting another animal. Our dogs should hang out. No, they shouldn't. They're terrified of each other.
With that, it's Crux's turn, so he's just gonna get out his musket and fire. Well, actually, you know what? Let's see if yeah, he's got another force grenade. Let's go with that. Those are fun. Dexterity saving throw. Or Big Mama. Ah, she succeeds. Of course she does. Okay, half damage. So she takes some force damage from this grenade going off near her.
I need to get me some of them.
Well, let me check with Crux if he has any more on him.
I want a whole bandolier, cross bandolier, force grenades.
Oh, after he threw that one, Crux pats his side, and you can see he's at least got another one stored away. So, yep, that's his turn. And then next is Topola. Let's see what this little wizard lady has packing. Well, there's a good one. It'll kind of figure out how to work this. All right, she's going to cast Cone of Cold. Constitution saving throw.
Cold.
And I'm pretty sure Mama failed that. Yep. All right, and that is, where is it? Ah. All right, 8d8 cold damage.
Holy
Oh,
moly.
damn.
Now I just got to, oh, here we go. I've got a dice roller in the maps now.
Still doubt the cold damage, Sierra.
8d8. All right, yep. Big Mama takes a big chill.
Chill out.
And maybe I should freeze that so we can have some rations for later. And she casts Cone of Cold, and yeah, the side of Big Mama is starting to get some frostbite.
I could have cooked it.
That was
first,
quite chilling.
Oh, I hope that's not going to be a regular thing for you.
I dabble.
All right, Syra, you're up.
We'll just do guiding bolt since she did cold. I'm not gonna throw fire on it. Never.
Nothing saying you can't throw fire at it. You know.
This gets advantage on the next attack roll afterwards. So.
All right.
Fireball.
Now here's the
15 to hit.
thing. I cast Fireball and I spin. He spins it.
Hang on. 15 to hit. Let me double check. Yep, that hits.
Woohoo! I was concerned.
Okay, now here's the thing with Guiding Bolt. I want to ask, because I noticed this when they were playing at PAX. Does that just count for you, or is that everyone?
15 damage. I'm not sure. On a hit, the target takes that, and it's 15 damage. And the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
I think that's anyone who strikes next.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, that's
Guiding
what I thought.
kind of sounds like guiding bolt, like lights up the target basically. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
it
hit
glimmers
this.
Yeah, that's what I thought it
Like,
was.
hey, here,
A
attack
lot
it.
of Ack Inc. got yelled at a lot by people in the crowd that they had guiding bolt and they weren't paying attention. So until your end of your next turn, it's got guiding bolt on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
buddy.
But yeah, so like Ulu's next in the turn order, so if he successfully attacks, he has advantage, and
Yep.
that I believe uses it up then. If I understand the wording right.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's just for one or till the end of my next turn. So I feel like that's up to your discretion, really.
It sounded like the next attack would
Yeah.
be
Yeah, it did specify that, I believe.
Yeah, it
Up
didn't say attacks. You're
until
right.
the end of your turn. So if no one does attack, then you have it till then.
right.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Cool,
So
cool, cool.
next
That's my
attack
turn.
has.
Let me load
Okay.
up. Let me load up Baldur's Gate 3 real quick. Double check.
Yeah, it's just the next attack.
Okay. Well, that's Ulu's turn. So
You're
That's
welcome.
why everyone thinks it's so great, but it's only until
it's still a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
you're attacking and setting
It
up
is.
for a new attack. So
Yeah, I'm a cleric. I'm supposed to help other people, and I don't do that. So that's my version of helping.
it helps.
I'm
Yeah,
helping.
Oh, I
We'll
had like
pull-
bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you
Didn't
did
even
too.
use it.
You could have added that to your attack even.
Eh, I made it.
I'm gonna pull out the old squirrel popper.
fair.
It's been a long time since I hunted anything this big. So I have an advantage on this attack, correct?
Yep.
Because it's glittering, so you can really see where it is.
26.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Want to roll for crit?
14 damage. I'm going to use an astral spark to add an additional 3. And then my bean flies will do an additional D6 points damage.
Do.
For 2. So 19 points of damage on that swing, that shot.
Heck of a shot.
Very
And
nice.
I'm going to Terminator it. Reload. Grapapa. 14.
Miss.
Can't win them all.
Yep.
Good
Went a
lord.
little too fancy with the spin to reload.
I stumbled out of my hands. Whoa. Did it on purpose. Spooking her a little bit. Get her voice.
All right. Well, then we're down to Blorf.
I'm going to reach into my bag of holding, secure a bottle of brandy and a red shirt. I'm going to tear up the shirt, stick it in the bottle, and vigorously rub my palms together to try and set it on fire.
Okay. Well, you have 2 attacks in your turn, right? So
Yeah.
I'm willing to allow that. Let's see, what would you even roll for that?
Sleight of hand.
Well, since you're rubbing your hands, I think athletics might work.
Athletics. Okay.
Asking Sarah to use burning hands, whatever. Whatever works.
I have an advantage on too.
You're an advantage.
17.
I want to watch him do
Okay.
it. Just play with fire in my hands.
Isn't Syra just
Well,
permanently on fire? Just like
I
set it
mean,
on
I'll admit it's a little suspect that you're, gel guy starting a fire by rubbing your hands together, but I'll allow it. So
I saw this
you
on
get
a
a
show
spark-
once.
You get a spark going.
Blorf
You
is a
now
son of
have an improvised Molotov. I think
Okay.
that might have to be your turn, though.
Could I use a bonus action to whip it?
What's your bonus action even?
I think that might not quite fit how this works. Usually for you have an unarmed strike as a bonus action. I don't
Okay.
think that throwing an object counts as that.
Okay. I'll stand there and wait with my improvised candle.
Fair.
So
Let
light
it,
on it.
really catch fire before you whip it. Whip it good.
I kind of hold it towards Syrah, like, hmm?
All right. Well, with that, we're back to the top of the order with David.
Mm. Hmm.
But
Okay. It's gonna be interesting. Give me a second. I'm about to cast a big spell I just got.
ah,
Okay, I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Killer.
Ooh.
I'm gonna sing a song to the creature of its deepest nightmares and create an illusion of its deepest fears, visible only to that creature. You have to make a Wisdom saving throw, 16.
It's just a bunch of images of Toto floating around. No.
Well, it's until Toto's next turn, so technically that is accurate, yeah.
Oh wait,
All
do we
right.
have a? Never mind, we don't have advantage no more. Damn it! I was gonna say because he's not fearful. He's only fearful of Toto.
Yep, she fails.
Okay, so you're gonna take 4d10 worth of psychic damage, and you now have disadvantage on your ability checks and attack rolls for the duration. And the only way to get out of it is to make a Wisdom saving throw on your turn. And on every failed save, you take that damage again.
Effective.
Yeah. So it's a total of looks like what does it say there?
I see 19.
7, yeah, that's 19. Yep, 19 damage.
Oh, yep, you just see Big Mama stutter and shake and spasm as something is freaking her the hell out, and you have no clue what even, but yeah, she's really starting to get torn up here.
And seeing as how Toto is kind of right now on edge, I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration to kind of help him get over his fear.
oh.
So there we go. I go, it's okay. We'll kill the fish. No worries, Toto. Just
All right.
that's my turn.
Yep. Then I guess, yeah, Toto would still be terrified of Big Mama since it's not her turn yet. So I guess he'll roll a Wisdom saving throw to try to beat that too.
And he's got a mode of inspiration, so he can roll with advantage if he has to.
Oh, with advantage even. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, didn't help.
Damn.
Toto didn't roll so well that time.
Oh,
Waste. That's okay,
poor
Toto.
boy.
Next time.
Yeah. To be fair, Toto is like realizing, oh, I'm a little guppy against a giant ass shark.
That is true. It's about the bite, though. It's fine. Be brave, Toto.
All right. So, yep, Big Mama has to make her wisdom save. Oh, she failed, so she takes more damage.
All right, that's another 4d10. Where's that at? All the way at the bottom here. That's 22 damage.
Well, you just see Big Mama spasm flail, spin around, and go belly up.
The Molotov. No.
Big Mama is dead. Your mama dead.
She died to nightmares, terrors, and her that she couldn't out chase. The visions of Toto, she couldn't handle it. He was too much for her.
Pretty much. Well, now, I'd say that clears us right up there. Gotta say, Crux, they really know what they're doing.
Well, they don't call us the Star Lancers for nothing.
Yeah, no problem for the Star Lancers.
Oh, and then all of a sudden, there's a one last big spasm from Big Mama as she horks up what looks like a partially digested dwarf skeleton wearing an interesting looking suit.
I cast Mage Hand to kind of guide it back to us.
Okie doke.
It's kind of
You
like just little
carefully
shoves. Like,
pull it along.
yep.
Let's see, I should have a picture of that somewhere.
It's a good thing we didn't fully destroy something for once, I guess.
Indeed.
All right, and the suit kind of looks like that.
Interesting looking garb. I've never seen anything like it. Quite curious indeed. Can you make anything of this?
Well, Coppola gives it a good look along with Crux, and Coppola kind of snaps her fingers. Oh yeah, this is a fish suit. Oh yeah, it's lets you breathe in an airless environment, and also makes you immune to the effects of anything like gas, what have you, and lets you have a swimming speed. Yeah, it's like, well, basically, yeah, a suit for swimming through space or water. Kind of handy if you happen to find yourself outside an air envelope.
Indeed. This would be quite useful.
It's like
Yeah.
a self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Pretty
I'm gonna
much.
look at Blorf and be like, I think Blorf should have this. And seeing as how is the one member of our team that really doesn't have much range.
Yeah, that would help. He could swim up to things and fight them.
Hold up my Molotov. Half range.
I take the Mage Hand and throw that out before it explodes.
I already put it out.
Oh, okay.
Don't throw my Molotov. I worked hard to make that.
I am sorry. I thought it was so lit. My bad. But no, I mean, you also are very effective in close combat, and of all of us here, you're definitely much faster than all of us. If anyone deserves a suit, it's you.
Stats on this, it just, yeah, it does what we said pretty much.
Well, you can look it up in inventory as fish suit, but
not to mention with it being dwarf size, I don't think any of us really fit into it, to be honest. Besides Blorf, who can actually kind of mold himself down a bit.
Yeah. It stretches.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. One size fits all. Nice.
One size fits most. Might have some challenges with Ulu.
Not really my style.
Captain, try this on.
Like, only goes over my eyes. My whole mouth is exposed.
Breathe.
There we go. Perfect.
Huh. Well, and it doesn't require entombment, so that's nice.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I'll be interested to see you try to dress up as that next time, Josh.
Got a lot of cardboard around.
Before we head back to the ship, I'm gonna hurriedly run up to the front of the boat, put my foot up on the front. The ship. Kind of look back at Crux.
Crux isn't sure what to make of it. Like, he's not very self-aware, but he just shrugs and, all right. As he says, steady as she goes. So, yep, you row your way back to the ship and get yourself settled back up. Deck looks decent, it looks like Lurb might have actually done some cleaning. Some. Not saying he did it well, but there's at least, a trail where grime was wiped.
So Topola is that creature, Big Mama. Is that thing safe to cook and eat?
Well, I assume so. I mean, we already had some night scaver steak. I'd say void scaver's not so different, except bigger.
Perfect.
I look forward to trying this.
I'm gonna look around for like a grappling hook.
Well, you do have a ballista, so that's, a big old spear. All you need is some rope, and you've got a harpoon practically.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna do that.
I guess I'll use Song of Creation to make another rope again so we can get that done quick.
All right. You get that all set up, and all of a sudden Topola does kind of note that, oh, almost forgot. Yeah, I think I know someone who could help us out with this army we're assembling. There's Grimzod Gorgonhale. He's that ex-boyfriend I mentioned. We had a thing for a while. It didn't work out. I broke up with him, just so we're clear. Peaceful breakup, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. But he's a bit of a pirate who's fought many battles against the Astral Elves, so he could be a good help. He's got a bit of a fleet of ships on his own, so with a bit of luck, maybe he can be persuaded to help us out. He does owe me a favor, so really goes well, bodes well for us, I'd say.
Indeed. Any other force we can get to gather and help us in our cause is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. See, I knew you would be a help on this trip already.
Oh, anyone who's suspect was allowed to roll insight.
I'm gonna do it just because she used cold.
She uses ice. She can't be trusted.
23.
Well, Sarah, you do notice that she's a little hesitant about something, and you kind of lean in with, is that all you have to say about this boyfriend of yours?
That's all? Mm?
All right, look. There is one little detail I might have forgotten to mention. In the years that we broke up, Garganhale kind of died and came back as a vampire. So I just thought maybe you wouldn't be as on board on having him on board if you knew he was a vampire. They don't really get a good rep for clear reasons.
Well, then
Oh,
let us ask you this: do you feel he can be trusted on board the living?
oh. I'd be willing to trust him, yeah. I'd maybe be a little uncertain of his crew, but as long as they're falling in line with him, then, more bodies between us and the Empire.
You're not wrong. We
Well,
definitely need the forces, but
Crux has got his arms crossed and looking pretty surly about that. Oh, I'm not having vampires on my ship. He could stay on his own ship.
I think that sounds fair. Should he have his own ship? I think that's reasonable. And if he does try anything, then we can definitely put an end to their reign of terror as well. I have confidence in our abilities, right, crew? We can handle some vampirates.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Well, I mean, I understand the reasoning there. I kind of prefer if you didn't, end him, but
Oh, of
Still
course
got
not.
feelings for him?
Indeed.
I mean, we had a good thing for a while. It's not like I want him to come to harm. It doesn't mean I'm looking to get back together with him anytime soon, but I
Reasonable.
mean, let's play it by ear, all right? If he does something truly unforgivable, then I really don't have reason to argue against you there, do I?
Well, then let's leave it at this. We shall remain neutral and the benefit of the doubt, but once they try to stick their fangs into any of us, we're going to light them up with fire, most likely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no worries there. Vampires don't bite you, they just suck your life force out. Oh, wait, that's not more reassuring, is it?
No. We'll still set
What-
them on fire then if that's the case, but for now, we're willing to be neutral and be respectful and let them be themselves. As long as they don't try to take any of our life force. Seems reasonable.
All right. If you're fine with it, I'll just attune to the spell jamming helm, and I'll send us to where I last remember Garganhale's fleet being. If it's all right with you, I at least know the way. So
That's up to our captain.
Syra,
Hmm.
you're our spelljammer helmsman.
Fine, but I'm watching her. So I lied once.
Fine, we do need the help, and as long as we can keep a separation between us and vampirates, then I'm willing to work with them. Oh, wonderful. All right. It's a real shame this ship doesn't have a battering ram. Every good ship could use a battering ram, she mutters to herself as she heads away.
You know,
Right,
she's
I think
got,
that
she's
one
got a
will.
point.
Well, hopefully she can figure out that spell jamming Helm's issues.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. We're kind of stranded right now, aren't we?
Oh, Topola's an old hand at magic, so maybe she's got some better insights on what to do with it. At least we've got a clear course now, thanks to her help and especially this little wild space orrery she loaned us. So I'd say we're off to a
Indeed.
good start. And well, 8:39. I'd say we've wrapped up well for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big
That
Mama
actually
went down.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're that surprised? Okay, wow.
Oh, I'm not that surprised. I mean, normally like we have to like end quick or figure it out, but that was actually like
Well,
timed really well.
but I'd say you got a nice supply of void scaver meat as well.
Oh yeah.
If they're like any other thing else, maybe they got blubber on them. Make some candles, oil.
And it
You never know.
seems to me you lived your
Uh,
life with a
Gravy.
giant
Uh,
candle in
It's
the
kind of like a
space.
shark, so I don't think sharks really have all that much in the way of blubber.
That's true.
Blubber.
Should have killed
I
that
mean,
whale when it took off.
Jeez. He was a gentle giant who guided us to our destination. You're looking to kill him for the extra meat and the fat.
Gently guide him to our stomachs.
We need the
I mean,
candles.
it's got a big honking red eyeball, so maybe you could, I don't know, make soup out of that, or a waterbed. I don't know. What do you do with an eyeball?
Put it up to stare at your enemies like, yeah, we killed this. You're
Mount
next.
Oh
right
yeah.
to the
Can
front
we
of the
chop
ship.
off the head and add it to the ship as like a trophy?
Yeah.
I
That's
have
a-
Sauron.
Probably some rolls for that. Let's see.
I mean, that was a big catch we took in, so
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be some damage from your glyphs of warding, at least that blew
yeah,
up
I
near
did
your
blow it up in the
face.
face.
That makes
Well,
it
you
look
know,
scarier.
Yeah, it gives it more
That is
color.
it's
true.
still mostly intact. I mean, probably a nice bit of skull in there too, if it comes down to that. So, well, anyone who wants to help try and prep this thing, probably roll either nature or
You did.
survival, I'd say.
Who's got the best nature or survival?
I have a +5 survival. I think if we all roll together, we got better odds.
I'll help. Yeah.
There is that.
Like an eyeball mosaic. Skull fragment, bone fragments.
Got
And
a
a
4.
19.
Anyone who's rolling, I'll give Bardic Inspiration too.
Ooh, natural 20.
A 6.
Well, all right. Ulu, you definitely lead the charge in hacking this up. And, it's thing of beauty as you just see him hopping away with, or chopping away with Ryback's cleaver to really just carve along the edge of this thing's head. And
Right around
It's
the
a-
middle. That's the delicious part.
yep, does a nice job stripping things and getting the head cut off. And, do you want him to strip it down to the bone or just try to keep the flesh on it as long as you can? Go straight for a skull look or try to give it more of a taxidermied look.
Well, I'm sure that Ulu wants to cook the rest of it to make steak and stuff, so I'm just fine with the head. Everyone else is.
All right. Oh yeah, a nat 20 and some other good rolls to back him up, you definitely succeed in getting a nice void scaver mounted head for the second chance.
All right.
No second chance for you, I'm afraid. You'll be sleeping with the fishes from now on.
Anime dead.
Soup.
Oh.
Actually,
That'd be a real
that's
surprise for
I
us.
know, right?
I didn't even realize that because I have anime. I can animate that trophy and have it dance around.
Well, it's mostly a big head now, so it'd
But
be definitely interesting to
Big
see a
talk.
big
Oh.
that'll be
shark-like
our-
skull.
our battering ram will just run another ship, so all that things
Oh my gosh.
Like those battle pods.
just clamp onto the ship.
I think you're gonna need to reinforce it with some steel if you're gonna do something like that. Definitely makes a good statement. Yeah, to have that mounted to the front of the second wind.
Not to mention, if I animate it, it gets a DC of 16 and 45 hit points.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
animate's ridiculous. That's one of the reasons I got really excited about doing creation as my class.
Well, so yeah, I'd say we made some good progress through the session. Got to go surfing with a space whale and fight a big old space shark at the same time while finding some space birds on a space tower in space. Also got a
Space.
space suit.
A new navigator crew member.
Yep.
That's right.
Promise
Put the
of
old charm
more.
on her.
Yep.
The king of
Promise of some
persuasion.
vampirates to help out.
now I can fly in space.
Well,
right.
yeah, fish suit can offer swimming speed and flying speed when there's no gravity. So yeah.
Like I said, when there's stuff you really can't reach to hit, you can just swim out there and beat the hell out of it. And on top of that, if you get dislodged, you'll still be able to survive while the rest of us are dying without air. Lorf will carry on.
Space fighter legend. Oh.
Right.
Yeah. The look kind of reminds me of Big Daddy from BioShock,
Oh
Oh,
my gosh,
okay.
it does.
except he's the Marshall version of the Big Daddy. Who needs a drill hand when you have your own hands?
Right.
I thought you were gonna say like Big Daddy, like Adam Sandler, and that was Scuba Steve.
Oh.
Scuba Steve.
No.
Scuba Blorf.
He was a more traditional scuba
Get
suit.
in the SS suit.
That's right. I like that, the SS suit. What's the SS stand for? Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, that'll wrap it up for us for tonight, eh?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Shall return Monday. Or what are we
Monday.
playing? Playing something, right?
Monday.
We can play whatever you guys want. I did Rivals, but I'm sure you guys are good on that for a bit, so we can do whatever. We can finish up V Rising. We can do.
Be
We
here
have the
on
Sons of the
Monday.
Forest.
Oh, right. You won't be here Monday.
And
Oh.
possibly not Tuesday. So you guys can play whatever you want. I won't be there.
Oh.
Well, let's find something bloody and horrible then.
Sons of the Forest. That's probably the bloodiest, most horrible we've got on the docket.
Dead by
That's
Daylight.
true.
Oh, there is
Yeah,
that. That's been
that's
a while,
true,
but
too.
with you gone, then yeah. Well, if RJ's there on Monday, I guess we'd have a 4-person team, but
True.
So we'll keep it a surprise. Until then, you'll have to tune in to see what we do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're playing League of Legends.
Incentive.
With that, Star Lancers out.
Well,
Spelljammers in space.
In space.
Night, everybody.
adventures in space.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.